It's just a quick tutorial on how to use all the tools. Now remember, you have all your clips down here. You want your playhead to go to the end of a clip automatically. That means that you have to turn snapping on. So you do that by hitting the N key on your keyboard. So now when I get close to the middle of a clip, see how there's triangles there? It snaps like a magnet to the end of a clip. And there it is. Alright, now if I want to get an overall view of my whole project, remember, bottom left hand corner here, to use the accordion, and you move it to the left so you can really expand and see that whole clip, and you can move on your timeline very specifically, frame by frame, to see everything. And I'm going to turn snapping back off so I can scrub through my clip and it won't move to the end automatically. There, I can move frame by frame, just like that. Now, also, to get an overall view of your project, let me close the accordion again so I can see all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips, and I can make the bars smaller so it makes them thinner height-wise. So again, let me go to my tallest bar and see how fat the clips are from height. Very tall, medium, semi-small, and totally small. Now notice at the bottom of the screen here, you got to make sure that the arrow tool is in effect so you can click the bar. If it turns into that right there, like we do for trimming, then what that means is, and I can't get it right now, that means that I can make my whole timeline skinnier. I don't want to do that. Just control the height of the clips. Alright? So usually the second to last one is the best one to be using. Now, also, if I want to trim a clip, remember you go to the end of the clip and you simply click and hold and you start dragging. Now remember to use that yellow bar right there to tell you how much you're trimming off. So it's telling me that I'm trimming off 3 seconds 26 frames, and the new duration, how long the clip is, tells you right there. I'm going to make it so it's about 11 seconds. Right there. So new duration is 11 seconds. I trimmed off 5 seconds, 6 frames. I let go, and there it is. Now, if there's something in the middle of the clip that I want, so I like the beginning and I like the end, but something in the middle is a little shaky that I want to get rid of, I can put my playhead in the middle, or not, go to the toolbar, click on the blade, go to the middle of the clip, and chop it. Go back and get an arrow tool. Now, the same clip, I can trim from both sides now, as you can see, and then move them together so they're touching. And the best way to do that is to hit the N key again so it snaps so the clip's there touching. Alright. Now another little trick is you can put the playhead in the middle, hold the control key, click, and close the gap, and the gap is gone. Now, some of you may have to put some text in, so remember, you go to your viewer window, click on the A, scroll down to text, and scroll down to text. There's a sample text. I hit the control tab, select it, first, last name, hit the return key, and Wednesday or Friday class. I go back to video, and I click and hold and drag that text to video track 3. Now notice how my arrow is pointing down. If I put it over here and my arrow is pointed to the right, watch what happens to the video clips. It thinks that it wants to make space and it moves all the clips down. So you always want to make sure that when you're moving it, that your arrow is pointing down. So now, to move all the clips back, I can click and hold and draw a loop around all the clips and move it back. And see how it snaps to the end of the text? Perfect. Now, audio. I'm going to put it on track 7 and 8, and if you look at my timeline, there is no track 7 and 8. So I just simply click and hold, move it down, drop it right there, and it creates new tracks. Remember, the playhead always goes to the end of the longest track that you just dropped in. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to drop it down some more. There's 7. One more. 8. Now let me hit the bars over here so we can get an overall view. There we go. So I got audio on track 7 and 8, and here are my clips on video track 1, and the audio automatically goes to A1 and 2. So I got that covered. Now, the other thing that you want to go over is some of you like to refer to the website, and if you do click on the website, just like that, what you want to do is, on your keyboard, the F3 at the top will make all the windows move to the side. Oops. Sorry. There we go. So that you can choose, okay, I'm done looking at my website, now I want to go back to Final Cut, so I click on Final Cut, and it's to the front. I want to see what's available to me again, so here's the website, I click on that, and now Final Cut is behind the website. So this is better. Instead of just dragging the windows off to the side, it can get a little bit confusing. Alright, so again, the F3 key, and choose what you want to be working with. Alright, so I'm back in Final Cut Express, and what I want to do is adjust my audio because I want to fade in the music and fade out the music. Now notice, I'm going to zoom in here, that we don't see any pink lines. So if you don't see pink lines, then you can't adjust the audio. So to get the pink lines, what you have to do is go to Sequence, Settings, and turn on Show Keyframe Overlays. Now as I turn it on and off, notice how the pink line shows up in my timeline. The pink line is what I want to edit. So I click OK. Now I go over my pen tool, click the pen, and let me zoom in on the music here. And let me expand this. There we go. Alright, so I drop a node at the beginning of the music. And I'm trying to here, using a laptop. And I move in about 1 inch, and I drop another one. And I go back to the first one, and I simply drop it down. And as you can see here, the music fades in and plays. And I can go down to the end of the clip and do the same thing. So I drop a node at the end of the song, I move in about 1 inch, drop another node, go back to the first one and drop it down. So now my music's gonna fade out. Alrighty. Now, when you're trimming a clip, remember that all you got to do is, first of all, go back to the arrow tool, go to the end of the clip, make sure that the arrow turns into a trimmer, just like that, the double lines, click and hold, and trim your clip, just like that. Now, it's always best to trim with the snapping off, so I'm going to hit N on my keyboard, and then move it so I can move it where I want, and it won't snap to the very end of the clip. Now notice that I stay on the line while I'm moving to the left. If I start moving up, notice how the clip goes back to where it was. So I can't trim it from up here. I got to stay on the clip and move it to the left. Okay. And let's see. Quoting bars. Alright, so those are your basic tools for working with your project. So get comfortable with those and your life will be so much easier.